Welcome, bow betters. Welcome to MMA Sip and Smoke. I'm Roberto, the bow better, here with you guys this evening. We're going to break down UFC 299. Awesome, awesome card. Don't want to run down last week. Last week was an absolute failure for me. I had actually thought that I had no bets last week, and unfortunately, I put 2.5 units on something that I shouldn't have done. It was really, really, really stupid to have done. I ended up losing that 2.5 units on that one fight that I did bet, and that was here we go. 1 second here, folks. Again, welcome, bout betters. It was Pedro. Yeah. Vito Petrino. Petrino. Oh my God, lost my shorts there, guys. Basically down that 250 for the year. Discovered something. If you look at DraftKings, you could actually see, if you bet on DraftKings, you could actually get a readout or a breakdown of where you are financially with your gambling if you're doing DraftKings, which I think is very useful. And it's there. That number, that minus 200, actually minus 200, not 250 is there. So I'm down to minus $250. Let me see. Let me get to my channel and see if I'm getting any connectivity here, any sound. Welcome, bout betters. What an awesome card, guys, coming up. This O'Malley, Vera 2. I think it's going to be a very hard card to beat in two senses. From a gambling standpoint, it's going to be tough to beat this card, as well as just from an entertainment standpoint. Great parity here, lots of good betting lines, lots of good possibilities. And if I would characterize this card, it really is sort of old guard versus new guard. You have a lot of veterans here that are basically going to be serving as gatekeepers, and again, some great newcomers. And the veterans that we have are some of the top fighters that we've had for the past few years. Gilbert Burns, Dustin Poirier, Marlon Vera could be thought of as a gatekeeper to an extent. Peter Yan, Sonya Dong, that's not really a gatekeeper fight. That's just a badass dude fight, like BMF, bad motherfucker, card. Same with Curtis Blades, Jalton Almeida. Almeida is not a young guy, but Blades is just a gatekeeper, been there for a long time. Caitlin Chikugian or Simanara against Macy Barber, another fight that could be thought of as established woman fighter versus a versus an up and comer. Macy Barber really isn't that much of a coming. Oh yeah. Before we go through, check out the shirts. Another shirt. Welcome, bout betters. Let me know if let me get to do two things here, folks, while I'm doing this live, and it's okay. It's okay. It's easy. It's easy. It's nothing horrible, folks. Um, let's go to my channel. Boom. Let's see how I look
Two
here.
things here, folks.
All right, yeah.
While I'm doing this live,
It is working, man. This thing is so much
okay.
better
It's easy. It's easy.
than my
Nothing
old
horrible,
computer. I'm so
folks.
happy that
Um,
I got my my new
channel.
computer, I should say. Very happy with that. Very happy that we're on there. No one in the chat as usual. That's okay. Let me see if I could pop out the chat. Right, boom. No, it doesn't say. Oh yeah, up here. Sorry about that, folks. Let me pop out the chat. We're gonna get to discussing, of course, these fights and going back to what it is, just in terms of a competition. Rafael Dos Anjos versus Matus Gamrot. Pedro Munoz versus Kyler Phillips. Kutalabra versus Felipe Lins. Michel Piera versus Michael Olujeshuk. Robles Despignon versus Josh Parisian. Robles, I guess, is this European wrestler, strong guy. I mean, a gold, a European champion. I guess an Olympic champion. So that's why he's the big favorite there. I think the worst fight on the card, but who knows how it's going to turn out. Let's see if that changes. Is CJ Vergara versus Asu Alambayev. And another sort of not really a barn burner, not really a big surprise is Joanne Wood versus Moros. They've actually fought before. So welcome to the channel. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Take a look at the shirts. If you want one of these, we could work out something. I'm not really trying to make money off these, send you out merch, or get into that merch business. I know I'm not really at that level. It's just a little bit of a uniform I could wear out. People would know. People are going to know me anyways. It really doesn't matter. But welcome, Bow Betters. Awesome card. Very impressed with everything on this card. I mean, everything on this card, starting I met with Joanne Wood and Marina Moroz. Oh, let me get that out of there, guys. Excuse me. Yeah, I was wanting to try to like bet Joanne Wood. I'm looking for dogs in this card for sure, but you don't have to. I think like Moroz at that minus 230 mark might be something is even parlayable. I think she has this hands down. She's already submitted her once before. She has it may even have the better striking. Moroz just does poorly against people that are wrestlers, grapplers, and that's not Joanne Wood. She submitted Joanne Wood before, so in a grappling match, it's just simple that what she's going to be able to get it down, because most fights can turn into that grappling match, that she's going to be able to get it down to the ground and successfully not necessarily submit her again, right? But potentially yes, but at least dominate the fight if the fight gets to the ground. And I think even on the feet, Joanne Wood is still good at. They're just very competitive against each other at that rate. And then Joanne Woods, even though she has been training for so long, very talented woman, was once a star herself, had that once ability or the potential to get in that championship ranks. She hit a plateau and just fell off of there. Myra Muros, I don't know if she's ever going to be at that championship caliber, but I think she's better than Joanne Wood everywhere around. And I didn't want to bet that minus 230 mark because I think Wood, can she make this a scrappy affair? Is there a possibility that something could happen where she touches Moroz in a certain way, or Moroz isn't able to get a takedown and it stands on the feet, and it's going to be this high level, but not great stand up affair that goes the distance? And I think Vegas is seeing this going the distance. I'm staying away from this fight. I'm not parlaying Mirna Moroz, even though I think Mirna Moroz at minus 230 is parlayable. I think she handles this out hands down, no problem whatsoever. Next fight that I'm not interested at all, because we see like the number there. CJ Vergara versus Asu Alambayev. What's there to be said? This guy Alambayev is a hot newcomer, new talent. Do I trust him against CJ? Absolutely. Is there something I'm going to do, whether on the prop? And we saw last week that everyone, wow, this guy got exposed, didn't he? No one's in the chat, but the Afghani fighter against the Canadian fighter from TriStar out of Canada, really just, is this guy Asu Alambayev for real? At minus 470, he better be real. And I just don't think CJ Vergara is going to have anything for him, but there's nothing here for me. There's nothing to parlay. There's no money to be made here. What's the point of discussing this whole thing if there's nothing really there? Here is that fight with Robles Despion versus Josh Parisian. Parisian is just being brought here as a lamb to the slaughter. There is nothing he's going to be able to do to probably stop this guy's takedown, probably the ground and pound. What I would say is that Robles Despion is suffering from a lack of experience. Josh Parisian has a ton more experience. I have no idea why he's still in the UFC. I think he's going to get wiped out here. He's going to get taken down, controlled. He won't have to worry about any submissions, but just him staying on top, just this guy, Robles Despion, staying on top is just going to have him, he's going to be all over him. Like he's going to be there the whole time. So I'm Oh, wait here. Let me see something here, guys. Oh man, that doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm still all over this guy Robles Espion, even though I'm not a big fan of his. Again, another line I'm not going to be betting. I'm glad that I've reduced my betting amounts, except last week. That $250. Full disclosure is usually one of my max bets, so I went max bet on a prop. It wasn't on the money line; it was on the TKO and on the finish line. So that's like my max bet, $250, and I lost it. Right, one bet one prop. That's the way it goes. But I told everybody to stay away from it. I thought I stayed away from it myself, but too many of these Modelos ended up kicking my ass, and I made a poor decision there. I wish I would have stayed away because now I'm down. Fighting even a couple units from behind isn't fun, right? It puts a little doubts into what it is that you're doing. So maybe, and I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet, guys. I'm not there yet on this particular card here, on this particular line. I mean, uh, Michel Olejeshuk versus Michel Pieta or Michael Pieta versus Olejeshuk. Full disclosure, I almost got killed, almost got my ass beat once from Michel Pieta when we were in Kansas City, and I accosted him and started to rub on him like a genie's lamp. Was wearing a nice Versace silk shirt, and I was definitely a little too much touchy feely and almost got my ass kicked. Fortunately, my friends, other people saved me, and the fact that I made attention to him and was almost going to get my ass kicked sort of saved me because I was the only one that like recognized him on the street, and other people like, hey, look, who he must be a UFC fighter, or maybe they did recognize him, and so I don't think Michel Pieta has this out the bat. I think that Michel Olejeshuk isn't going to be my dog pick of the night, but he's almost there. I'm almost at the window. I'm hoping that Michel Pieta's line gets a little bit more juiced, that people start to jump on Michel Pieta. I don't like Michel Pieta's fight IQ. I don't like his diversity of striking. I think that Olejeshuk, even though he's not the better wrestler, might have some better MMA grappling. He has the cleaner boxing or more traditional boxing, where Pieta has more of that, that more of like almost like a kung fu mixed with capoeira, with some kickboxing. Is just not traditional, but not orthodox and not patient. And that's why he gasses, right? I think he uses a lot of energy. I don't think that he, in my opinion, is really, I mean, highly skilled, highly athletic, but I'm not scared to bet against him. I'm not scared to bet with Olejeshuk. Even at that plus 135, I'm tempted. I think this could be real dirty. I don't know if Olejeshuk could finish Pieta. Let's see what the distance line. Oh, they're not out yet. My apologies. We're on Tuesday. We're not all out there yet on the lines, but just so that you have an idea of what the matchup is, let's take a look at the matchup here. And then, you could decide, right? Like, they're similar in size. Olejeshuk fights big. Like that, like look, they have the same reach. Not much in difference in height. I mean, Pieta's a physical specimen, but you could see that Olejeshuk is no slouch. Similar strikes landed per minute at 5.9 and then 512. Similar striking accuracy, strike absorbed. Pieta absorbs a little bit less. Defense, Olejeshuk is a little better. Takedowns, Pieta is slightly better, right? But his takedown accuracy is pretty bad at 55, and Olejeshuk's even worse at 44. Takedown defense, Pieta is excellent at 94, and Olejeshuk's at 48. So this is going to stand on the feet, where I think it's going to give Olejeshuk an opportunity. Oh, I was showing all you this shit and I didn't transition. It's all right, people. Not a problem. Going back, I really do think that Olajaychuk has a good. Ooh, ooh, whoa! Why is it going there? That's interesting. That Olajaychuk has a good chance here. I'm not at the window yet, but I'm definitely considering it. It might be one of the better dog picks for this card at UFC 299, which is a fantastic card. Moonhos, Kyler Phillips. I think Phillips might have ballooned further than minus 158 of late. Let's see where he's at this point. Yeah, Kyler Phillips is ballooned up to minus 238. So as I was doing these slides, or as I was making this information and compiling this information, looking at stuff, the dude ballooned up. I don't think he's minus 238 against Pedro Munoz. Yes, gatekeeper. Yes, gatekeeper all day. Phillips is going to have the height and reach advantage significantly, right? Um, I think Phillips is going to be the faster guy, but I like Pedro Munoz's his fight IQ is excellent. Far more experience with 20 fights in the UFC compared to Phillips is only 11. They both go into that third round a lot. The reach difference, man, that 6 inches for Phillips just scares me, right? He's actually not that much younger. He's actually older, Phillips, which is interesting. Okay, okay. Both have the same sort of striking output volumes, same accuracy, but Munoz absorbs 6.1 strikes compared to Phillips's 3. Defense, very similar. Phillips is at 61%, where um, Munoz is at 56. Phillips better maybe at that wrestling, but I don't know if he's going to want to take it to the ground with him. He's got 46 takedown accuracy compared to Munoz's 19. Munoz has 82% takedown defense, and Phillips is 70%. I mean, Phillips has a win that really against Ronnie Barcelos, which is sort of aged very, very well. I mean, Munoz has fought the best of the best. No contest against O'Malley, lost to Cruz, lost to Aldo, lost to Vera. So he's only fought the top of the division. So he's playing the gatekeeper here, but I think Kyler Phillips is going to win this out. But am I going to parlay him? No. Am I going to put Munoz as dog money on Munoz? No, I really do. He's beat me once. I think he's beat me once. He's beat me a couple times. He definitely is a strong dog here. He could definitely take this particular bout. I think Phillips is going to be much faster. He's just got to worry about his cardio, mix in some wrestling. But I like his speed and that reach advantage to assist him in definitely taking this fight. But I'm not going to play anything. I'm not going to parlay him, and nor am I going to go with the dog here. It's not something I'm going to do. Talk about something that's overpriced, where, again, very similar to the last fight, where there's advantages I see that Gamrot has. I think Gamrot's going to be better both on the ground or with the wrestling and on the feet in the speed. The speed is going to be much faster for Gamrot. I think Dos Anjos is outclassed here speed-wise. Gamrot's going to be able to change it up on him. Dos Anjos usually does better with people that he's able to wrestle. And I think Mateusz Gamrot is just going to have the better counter wrestling. He's going to be able to keep this on the feet. He's going to be able to keep this at distance. Let's see what if he has a advantage in terms of the reach here. No, they both have the same reach. Gamrot's only 2 inches taller. They're both southpaws. Very similar striking statistics, but both have like 60% striking defense. And in the wrestling, Gamrot averages almost 5 takedowns per fight. You look at who's Gamrot recently beat compared, and I hate doing that, but Gamrot has beat Fiziev, he's got beat Turner, and he has a win against Sakurian, whereas Dos Anjos is coming off that loss to Lupe. He beat Barberena. He lost to Fiziev, which he did really well. He beat Moicano, and he beat Felder. And talking about Dos Anjos, like, Dos Anjos has fought everyone, a potential Hall of Famer. Some might disagree, I mean, he did have an interim belt, right? I mean, didn't Dos Anjos have an interim belt? Where is so many fights? I there, yeah, yeah, he has a fight night against Eddie Alvarez, right, which he lost, and he beat Anthony Pettis, yeah, for a belt back in 2015. So the guy has fought everyone and anyone in the UFC. So I don't think it's just his time. I think it's Gamrot's time. I think Gamrot's going to be able to do everything that he wants to do, both on the feet or on the ground. He's going to be the better MMA fighter. He's going to be able to mix it up, and I think by far. But do I even have a prop here? Do I even have a space or anything, even for Dos Anjos? Maybe the over, which I think everyone's going to be doing, right? So I really wish I could be sipping and smoking, having a cigar with you guys. So we're chasing a beer with a little margarita. That's the way how we do it. That's how we do. But I mean, even these at dog places and positions, guys. I'm not going to hate you. I'm just not playing it. I'm being a little bit more conservative, even though I am the about better. Watch check. I'm being more conservative, which I have been lately. New equipment, new computer, saving for traveling, paying bills. Gamble what you can. Gamble within your limitation, guys. Don't let these people out there being this and that. Even myself, you know what I mean? Like I can't hang with some of these guys out there right now with the expendable cash to gamble. Don't be fooled about these guys and what they're actually gambling, what what they're saying to you online, even what they're putting out there isn't what they're always putting out their pocketbook, right? I'm putting out my pocketbook. I lost last week. I didn't intend it. I didn't even know I was lost. I was just intoxicated, made a big bet, didn't intend to do it, lost it. I told you to stay away. I thought I stayed away until I looked at my DraftKings account. There was absolutely no money anymore. At least the 250 that I had in there, and it was gone. So, again, guys, bet within your limits. I think this is a great betting card. Great betting card. I'm not going to open up the pocketbook a little, but I'm going to open. There's going to be some betting, guys, and so hopefully on Wednesday can meet again. I'm going to be busy. That's why I'm here on Tuesday. I'm going to be a little busy. Might not be able to chat live with you guys, but hit me up in the comment section. Please comment, like, and subscribe, share, whatnot. Next bout, I did already place a bet here, right? I did place a bet, and I'm happy I got there because Macy Barber I think she's ballooned up. I put a unit on Macy Barber. I put 100 at that minus 205 mark. So I wish I had gotten to her sooner. Yeah, she's still at that minus 205 mark, and I know people would be cautious because Chikagian or Simonata is very versatile. She's aggressive with the hiya, huh, with the tennis screaming and fucking kicks. She's out of Sarah Longo, or at least trains over there like with Sarah or Donaher and her jujitsu. Great veteran, good fight IQ, tough woman, win shit out. And if Macy fucking like is going to doubt this woman, she's gonna have a hard time, right? She's gonna have some issues if she underestimates Caitlin Caminata. She's gonna have problems. But I think Barber is gonna have she's gonna mix in that wrestling, and even though she doesn't have the jiu-jitsu, I think she's got the better top control. Barber always like wins, just not the most pretty of wins whatsoever. But that's the same for Chikagian here or Simonata. Not the best of wins. And yes, am I a little worried about my money here? Yeah, yeah, I'm a little worried. It's one bet. It's a unit to win $50. So it is what it is. It's not like my best bet out there. It's just a spot where I was like very comfortable betting it right out the gate. And if out of all these fighters there are in that plus 180, plus 200 mark, I think Barbara's got this. I just, they've been trying to feed her and get her up there, get her back into contention, get her up there with some of the top competition for a while. So this is her fight to lose. Let's just see how she does. So that is a bet that I have put on the money line. I'm not going to reinforce it with anything. I'm not going to bet a finish. I think this goes to the distance. I think she's going to win out, hopefully unanimous or a split decision. We're going to figure that out maybe later this week. I think that it might be even like a split. Depends how she's wrestling, man. Depends if she could mix in some wrestling. But if she stays too long on the feet with Chikagian could outpoint her easily. So am I? I'm not super worried, concerned, but not super worried. But it is what it is. I already made that bet. I can always buy out of it. I'll let you know if I do, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Again, please comment, like, and subscribe. And on to the next bout. This is a tough bout, man. Is Almeida plus 330? No, that okay. I must have made a mistake, guys. My bad here. My bad. I made a mistake here. That is not the case. Almeida is minus 108 and Blades is minus 112. So I apologize for the graphic there. Man, this is a great fight for even money. Like, it's one of those things like it's wrestler versus like jujitsu, like judo grappler. Jalton Almeida. I mean, who's better on the feet here? It's a toss up, right? I think it's a toss up. I think Blades might have the better MMA wrestling if he could retain a top position. But if Jalton could scramble or try to get some kind of reversal and he gets top position, he's more dangerous for the submission. He's more dangerous for the finish. Whereas Chris Blades has got to, he's going to be the steady ground and pound. He's going to be the guy that's like steady there trying to grind this out, right, for a decision. He's not the best finisher, where Jalton Almeida has a little bit more finishing ability, but Almeida gasses where Blades is not going to gas. So I'm slightly favoring Blades here, just because he might be able to like mix it up a little bit better and stay out of the submission threats from Jalton Almeida. And Almeida can strike, but he's really wild. And Blades is already well seasoned. He's got the more experience. And I think this is one of the few fights where I think the guy with experience, even though he may not have the better style or the fan favorite style, I think he is the better MMA fighter overall, both grappling and striking. I'm slightly leaning on Blades, but I'm not there. You could go either way. That's what's great about this card. There are a few other fights here that I have. I didn't know if I had one of the other stats wrong, but there are a few fights here that like you can't go wrong, right? Like it's a win-win, or even if you lose, you're like it was an even money bout. Can't worry about that stuff. Just like this fight, guys. Same thing. Peter Yan, Song Yadong. If one of them balloons out to being like if it gets out of proportion, yeah, take the dog. Otherwise, and I would just do it like just strategically, yeah, on a financial basis. Like if Peter Yan miraculously went up to minus 200, like I don't know why, but I'm taking Song Yadong at that price, right? This one here, there's not a lot of room here for judgment. Two strong, badass kickboxers. Where I think Peter Yan has a better ability here, except though Song Yadong's takedown defense is spectacular. Peter Yan's wrestling is much better, but is he going to be able to, accomplish that against Song Yadong, who has better takedown defense than Sean O'Malley? He's just better on the ground, or has better takedown defense than Sean O'Malley. Like, I think of like Sean O'Malley and Vera, and you look at all the people that O'Malley doesn't want to fight any of these guys. He doesn't want to fight Peter Yan again. He doesn't want to face Song Yadong. Maybe Song Yadong, but even still, it's going to be tough. He doesn't want Sanhagen. He shouldn't. He doesn't want to have anything to do with all these guys. No, I mean, these guys had to fight each other. They're forcing Yan to retain his spot against Song Yadong, who's been a perennial upcomer. He's been wanting to be in the spotlight, wanting to be in the top 3, top 5 for years. He's earned it. This is, coin toss, right? I don't think these guys finish each other. I think this goes the distance. I think this could be fireworks because both guys come forward. Both guys are high volume. This isn't going to be a slow paced fight unless Peter Yan decides to slow it down a little bit with the uh, takedowns. If there's a power preference, I'm on Song Yadong all day. I don't know if he's going to be able to hurt Yan enough to knock him out, but Song Yadong has been my moneymaker for a long time. Peter Yan's disappointed me a lot, and I've made some money off him, but I've been on Song Yadong a long time. I'm not there on the minus 105 money. I might be there with Song Yadong. I'm just afraid of Peter Yan's wrestling ability, even though Song Yadong has great takedown defense. I'm still more concerned with that. You could go either way. Not going to hate you either way. Great fight. Expect some fireworks. Let me know if I'll let you know if I do something in the next couple of days or whatnot if I go some way. But I'm thinking of betting this fight one way or the other. One way on the Yan side or on the Dong side. I'm definitely probably placing a bet on this particular fight. If you want to know why, then I'll let you know in the comments section. I think it's more numbers, and I like again, it's Song Yadong's power if it's going to be there, or Yan's wrestling, and I might need to look at the weigh-ins. I might have to wait till fight night in order to do this. We're getting close to the end, guys. Here, please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the subscribe. Hit all the buttons. Help me out here, guys. Another fight. I'm right out the gate. I'm slightly leaning on Burns at that plus 124 number, purely out of experience and toughness. But I cannot underestimate Jack Magdalena. I think that he's got great takedown defense, right? His takedown defense. Let me see here. His Jack's takedown defense is superb, and Gilbert Burns' wrestling, his offensive wrestling, guys, is not that good, right? Like, we're in the main card, of course. Yeah. Uh, Gilbert Burns averages almost 2 takedowns a fight. His takedown accuracy is only 35%, with 47% takedown defense compared to Jack Magdalena's 82%. I think that's going to be the tail of the fight. And that Jack Magdalena averages 7.2 strikes per minute landed compared to just 3.6. And the accuracy is not great on Jack, and he absorbs a little bit more, but he has better defense and that volume. He almost doubles the output of Gilbert Burns. And I just think that Jack Magdalena, if he just keeps this on the feet, doesn't gas, doesn't get taken down. If Gilbert Burns takes him down more than once, the first time might not be enough to do it. It might be. It might be. Boy, I'll tell you what, if Gilbert Burns wraps this guy up, if he's able to get that takedown that first minute, he better just keep it. Even if he's just, position over submission, he just better wait his time, keep it there, and try it again the second round. I might bet the Burns submission here, although I wouldn't hate you or the Jack Magdalena money line. We saw that Burns is really tough. Burns is really, really tough to finish. Yes, Usman did finish him. It's two different fighters, two different strength abilities. Magdalena's a finisher though, so I don't think this goes the distance. I mean, I don't think it goes the distance. I think that Jack needs to have a statement here, and so does Burns, to stay relevant, like to close the door behind him after beating Jack. And Jack needs this to, hey, I want a top 3 or I want a potential championship fight. So I'm leading on Jack Magdalena to just stay on the outside, pepper Burns up, keep this striking for 3 rounds, if not shorter. Like, I mean, he could crack too, but if Burns could get a couple takedowns, this will definitely go into the latter rounds and has the potential for Burns with the submission. I have a feeling they're going to have that Burns submission line at the like plus 300 line. I'll jump on it for like a quarter unit or maybe even $50 if I get it at that plus 500. I don't think I'm going to get it at that line. I think it's going to be at that plus 300, which doesn't interest me that much. But that's the line that I think that we're going to be getting at, maybe that plus 250. is where we're to get at. And I think the Jack Magdalena, that KO is going to be around that plus 200 as well. So those would be the props that I might be looking for. And then the yes and the distance props. But again, we'll talk about that later in the week once they are released. But I'm favoring Jack Magdalena here just because he has that good takedown defense, and Gilbert Burns just does not have good wrestling. And I think he could keep it on his feet and dominate this in a point fashion and or even finish, right? Coming to the fight, I'm glad they put this fight where they put it, man. Come on, guys. Come on. Could have easily been a fight of the night. The UFC did it right by giving this fight, like, it's going to help sell the card. Like, guys, this is a payable card. You don't have to pirate it. I would totally purchase this card. I'm at work, so I'm gonna pirate it. I'll watch it on the illegal stream. But this is a card, and let's say I get the day off. I did try to get the day off, but this is a card for sure that I would pay for. Like, look at this fight. This could be even the last fight. Let's go back. Let's go backwards. Like, look at the fight nights coming up. Look at the fight cards that are coming up wherever they're at. Burns and Magdalena could easily had one of those fight night cards. Song and Yan easily had one of those cards. Even Jalton Almeida Blades, how boring and bad this fight could potentially be, or I think it's going to be underestimatedly very, very scary, especially if we're gambling on it. Barber, Kamira, no, can't, I don't think this could be a big card. But Dos Anjos Gamrot could have definitely headlined a fight night as well. Not Kyler Phillips, that couldn't have been, but nor Olajeszek Pieta. But they're on the cusp there. They're on the cusp. They're on the cusp, guys. This is still a very top to bottom card. Very exciting, with this fight being one of that's why it's one of the three most exciting, the final three fights. Like, it's no brainer here. And again, great parity, great fighting parity, betting parity. Holland at minus 135 is not bad against Page at plus 114, making his UFC debut. Page at dog money, Michael Venom Page in an MMA fight at dog money, that where he's able to kick. Perry beat him in bare knuckle because he can't kick. And one of the best things, in fact, the best thing that Michael Venom Page does is kick, right? So he's not going to have that, but he's going to have it here. And Holland better wrestle. Holland does not want to. He already lost to Wonder Boy. What do you think? What do you think is going to happen if Holland decides he wants to pull the Wonder Boy? Like, I'm not going to take you down. He's going to lose this fight. Holland doesn't want to lose his incredible black man spot. Like, I'm the BMF, BMF, the bad black motherfucker spot. Let me just call it like it is. I hate to be all racial and shit with people, but that he doesn't want to lose that to Michael Venom Page. He does not want to be a highlight against Michael Venom Page, and he has the skills not to. Completely outclasses him in the jiu-jitsu, but he can't wrestle. Like, his wrestling may not be better than Michael Venom Page. His grappling is, but his wrestling is not very good. But you gotta imagine that Kevin Holland is gonna be changing it up, feigning it up. But the danger is going to have to be doing all of this at distance, which is going to be a big challenge, and that opens up those kicks for Michael Page. Those kicks, everybody's like, hey, you could just kick me, and he looks goofy. You got to time him really well. I know Diego Lima did it right. You got to be very savvy with your timing, and I don't think that Kevin Holland is. Kevin Holland is not patient. Kevin Holland is reckless, and that feeds right into Michael Venom Page's style. You come in on the wrong way, he's going to move, shift, kick you, kicks and elbows. The arms can come out of all kinds of places. Big problems for Kevin Holland if he doesn't decide to grapple. And if he wants to stand, he's going to be like, oh, everybody's going to try to tell me that I had to grapple against Page if he gets lucky and clocks him, which I don't think is going to happen. I think that Holland has got to get this to the ground and at least control it a little bit. And Michael Page is definitely someone who is both difficult to take down, and I don't think Michael Venom Page has ever been submitted, at least not in the pro ranks, right? Oh, wait, Michael Page, let's see. They don't have anything in the UFC, but you're going to either knock him out or he's going to knock you out. Very difficult to point fight unless you're wrestling and holding him down, which very few people have been able to do. I'm leaning on Kevin Holland if he actually listens to somebody. But you know what? When was the last time, Joe, you mentioned it, when was the last time we've seen Kevin Holland shoot a takedown? When was the last time he wants to avoid the wrestling match like like Vittori schooled him? Was it was St. Preux schooled him? I mean, every wrestler schooled him. And Michael Venom Page is not going to be that guy to take him down, but if anything, he should try to teach Michael Venom a page out of his own book that he has written through his losses. Is like, even though I'm not a good wrestler, I'm a better wrestler than you, and I'm taking you down. And even though I'm holding you, and you're talking shit, and it looks boring, I'm gonna do that rounds 1, 2, and 3 all day, and I'm winning this fight, taking that check home, not losing my spot, and still being a bad dude. That's what I would do, Kevin Holland. That's all I would tell Kevin Holland. Be smart. Don't stand up against this guy because he did against Wonder Boy and he lost. It's going to be the same thing if he fights Michael Page. In fact, you have a better chance a little bit because I don't think Michael Venom Page is better in the stand-up than Wonder Boy. Some people might disagree with me. I just think the Wonder Boy is even older but has just better fight IQ. But it's a bad thing for him to stand up. I might jump on that page. I'm hoping that Kevin Holland number increases. And I'm hoping that he is a hothead, stupid, doesn't use his fight IQ, doesn't listen to his coaches, doesn't care about what his manager says, doesn't care. He wants to just be exciting, and I hope that he wants to stand and bang. And I might jump on that Michael Venom Page number, and I might even take Page by the finish because even though Holland's got a chin, because Page got that those kicks and the strikes, he's just a tough guy, but we'll see. Let's see. Maybe Holland, either guy maybe method by TKO is probably going to be like minus 110. I think these guys can finish each other, and I bet that's what's going to be the method. Just either fighter by a TKO or winning method TKO is going to be minus 110, minus 120. I think there's going to be a finish in this fight. I don't think this is going to be, I think Kevin Holland could submit him, or Michael Page could knock him out, and Kevin Holland has that other ability to possibly knock him out as well. Another fight, guys. What another gatekeeping, fantastic, exciting fight. I mean, is there been a bad fight that Dustin Poirier has been part of? I mean, are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Has Dustin Poirier been in a bad fight? When was Dustin Poirier's last bad fight? I can't even remember. Manal Saint Denis. When was that guy in a boring fight? He finished everybody in the first round, hasn't he? No, I right, finished everybody in that he's come across. What a story for both these guys. I've been watching all their, the UFC pre stuff going on. Man, but I mean, people underestimating Dustin Poirier's boxing, man. And Benoit, even though he's a French guy, underestimating his wrestling. He's just a very good grappler, and we saw what problems that but he's no Khabib. That's the problem. Everybody's like, oh, Benoit. He's no Khabib. And Poirier's got good takedown defense. I just think it's a matter of what happens on the feet, and I think that Poirier is going to possibly stun people. He's not done, right? Both of them are similar in striking accuracy, at 50%. Both land close to six strikes per minute apiece. Saint Denis actually absorbs a little bit more, but Poirier has a little bit better striking defense, which I'm surprised because he gets hit a lot. But man, the takedowns. But against nobodies. Like Benoit averages like 5 takedowns a fight to Poirier's 1.36, and he could wrestle. Poirier could, has jiu-jitsu and wrestling, but he didn't grow up a wrestler. He grew up a boxer. He grew up a striker, just like a lot of these guys. Just like Saint Denis, he grew up a striker. He could wrestle now because of his training and how MMA is. Both these guys have the same takedown defense and the same submission average. We're talking a whole big step up of caliber of talent for Saint Denis, or Benoit Saint Denis, BSD versus DP, hitting the DP. Man, this is a spot where, Dustin Poirier might be the dog of the night. He might be that guy. It's just the skill disparity of competition, and Poirier's not done. Still at AT&T with the coaches. He's with, not with the little dude. He's with the other Brazilian as a striking coach. But I know he's even though he got submitted from Khabib, Benoit is not Khabib. Khabib is a whole different animal. We're talking one of the, a great submission wrestler in MMA or in UFC history, compared to Benoit, who hasn't fought anybody. This is his proving ground. This is his chance to make that opportunity where he is going to prove himself and step above a bunch of people. But Dustin Poirier is not sort of the carpet that you want to face. And I think if this being co-main event, it's got to go 5 rounds, right? It goes five rounds. It's co-main event. I'm not certain of that. And if it's 5 rounds, I gotta favor Dustin Poirier, especially in the latter rounds, because Benoit has not seen that. Not seen that at this level. And Dustin Poirier, he wears on you. Even against some of the better strikers. I'm hoping people just continue to juice Benoit Saint Denis, and it's one of those things where I like BSD. I like Benoit Saint Denis. It's just the number I'm shooting for, and I'm like my chances for this matchup, where I think the numbers should be a little closer. I think that Benoit Saint Denis' number is a little juiced, and there's a little value for me betting against them. And if I'm not betting a lot and I'm looking for a dog, Dustin Poirier might be the dog for me. I'm not there yet. I'll let you guys know later in the week. If not, consider it, especially if that number keeps on going up at plus 185. Was it really still plus 185? Let me take a look here, guys. Whoa, where's my... No, Dustin Poirier, actually, the number dropped. Dustin Poirier is now only plus 165. So obviously, some more money's coming on Poirier. So people are thinking like I am. So his value dropped a little bit. I should have jumped at that plus 185 number. I thought more people would have been feeding that BSD number, the new casuals, or just people like, oh, I'm taking this guy, he's up and comer. But let's be real here. Like, Dustin Poirier hasn't seen anybody that isn't been in the top 5 in like 10 years, right? Like, so that's what kind of a jump we're talking about in this division here, in that 155 division, which is just brutal. So the shirts, guys, let me get a moment. Let me go grab another beer here for myself. Coming to the final. We're coming in on the final, guys. Sorry for that interlude there, but it did get to show the shirt, right? Got to show the shirt. Boom, 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 boom. Welcome, bout betters. What's that? MMA picks, sip and smoke. Ugh. You guys think about that, huh? Get you some of that. Actually, we could get it to you. We could get it to you if you want it. Don't worry about it, guys. But again, it looks like the fans as well as the gambling community has started to surge into agreeing with me about Dustin Poirier, because his number dropped a little bit. We saw Kyler Phillips skyrocket and Poirier drop. Amazing. I mean, I think what happens is, and it's smart, you find uh, areas to gamble that were not populated before, right? Like, and that's why Kyler Phillips number got juiced a little bit. Like, whoa, people thought like he's definitely got this, and which I'm not there yet. And then people just started to lay that money on that number or parlaying him. You know, the same might happen to Macy Barber, even though she's very inconsistent. And this happens, right? Like, and so it's those parlays where they get a little uncomfortable. Last week, for example, was just a prop bet. I might be here. I might just choose a couple dogs or a couple like even near close money lines. I'm just wanting to bet. I want action. I want that action on that Song Yadong, Percher Yan. I want to be able to like either way, just have that action on there. I just want it. Like even here, I want that smoke. I want that smoke. One, you know, can Saint Denis finish Poirier? I think so. I think so. Whether on the ground or even on the feet, and can that Poirier finish line is gonna be meaty because I think he's capable of doing two either. And yeah, sure, he's you know Saint Denis is a French special forces guy. They don't quit. He can still be knocked out. Dustin Poirier's boxing is extra extraordinary. Some of the best MMA boxing in UFC history. I'm calling it. Even Dustin Poirier, Hall of Famer. He had a belt, right? Even interim, best MMA, one of the best MMA boxers in the game. That shit matters. You get light up. You know, remember this guy Bisping and whatever traveling and knocking out all the special forces guys, and the ring is different than on the ground. I mean, in real life. So I might jump on Poirier on this one. So getting to, we are here already, guys, and I wish I would have. What did she say? What did we say? Well, let's drink in. Had more to say. Had more participation from you guys. I wish I had more or better information for you guys to make a decision whether you're going to be betting one way or the other. Like I said, it's just like these spots here. Like, I'm not going to bet value here with Chito Vera. Marlon Vera, I want to bet Marlon Vera with the heart. Can't let my heart make that decision. I think that it's just part age and wear and tear, things with training, uh, lifestyle. I can't even go there with that. I just think O'Malley is just so much quicker. And Vera, it's what Vera is going to show up because if the Vera that fought Sandhagen shows up, Vera's going to have a long night. I think he might get finished. O'Malley can crack, has the height advantage. It's whether Marlon Vera is not wrestling, can he actually kick those legs and just ups? Because O'Malley likes to circle. The dude's a runner. I mean, not in a bad way. Like I'd rather be not hitting and circling and moving around somebody too, and not having them hit me. That's what O'Malley does, right? Sterling got caught like trying to be too aggressive. Coming for a takedown. He'll do that to a wrestler. O'Malley needs to move. You have to stifle the motion because the quickness of the hands will always be there. The power might be gone if you hit him in the legs, but the motion is always going to be there. And it's going to be if Cheeto, like he did the first fight, can accomplish some good leg kicks. I mean, he's going to get hit doing it, but he's got to establish those lower leg kicks. He's got to be able to get those in there to slow O'Malley down, right? Jan sort of did it, but didn't do it. Actually took more takedowns. He should have actually worked the legs a little bit more, but it's tough to do that when you have like a height disparity, how long and how good O'Malley fights long. It's just too much of a challenge. So I'm leaning O'Malley here. I don't think he finishes Marlon Vera because Marlon Vera has a chin. I mean, Sandhagen was cracking him. Cruz cracked him. It was dominating that fight until he wasn't dominating that fight. And that could happen here with O'Malley in the 5 round fight. Like, very, watch, O'Malley's going to be on his skates the whole night. And it's what version of Vera we see. If the killer shows up, it's going to be Anu. If the guy that is fighting just to survive, not survive, but like is just not there, like that Sanhagen fight, it was horrible. He just did not look good at all. Couldn't stop the takedowns. Can't stop takedowns. But O'Malley, he's not gonna have to worry that with the. These guys grew up as strikers. There's even though I might favor Marlon Vera on the ground, he might be better. I'm not gonna say he's gonna be better. He might be better because O'Malley's been trained by his coach. Even though they're always striking, his coach is a jiu-jitsu guy, and I liked what O'Malley's been doing, sharpening his jiu-jitsu, his grappling, his takedown defense is awesome. So is Marlon Vera's takedown defense. Awesome takedown defense. Both these guys grew up as grapplers. I mean, I'm sorry, strikers. Just like in our previous bout, right? If you look at Saint Denis, BSD, and Poirier, even though they both can grapple, they probably have both black belts. They're strikers, right? They're not gonna fucking grapple. Same with Kevin Holland and Michael Venom Page. Kevin Holland didn't grow up a grappler. He was a street fighter fighting, beating up fools. The guy wants to crack up and down this card. There are no genuine, pure wrestlers except for Gilbert Burns on the jiu-jitsu side, but not a wrestler. And then, of course, our boy Curtis Blades. And Jonathan Almeida, not a wrestler, more of a taekwondo and jiu-jitsu guy. And that's why I'm leaning a little on Curtis Blades, right? And Gamrot, really, even Dos Anjos. Both these guys really were not wrestlers. They were both, raised more as strikers. Yes, they have incredible for the past 15 years, 10 years. Yes, they're better at their wrestling, but they didn't wake up like we did, or they didn't wake up at like 8 years old and were wrestling. They were doing jiu-jitsu, maybe it's the taekwondo or something else. They weren't wrestling, right? Like Curtis Blades at 8 years old was wrestling. He was 6 years old. He was wrestling, right? All these other guys, Olajeshuk, these guys are not grapplers. Up and down this card is not, except we got the Robespierre's grappler, right? Like grappler, he is a pure grappler. So we're gonna see some grappling from him. Same with Joanne Wood. There are no, other than Curtis Blades and the French guy Robespierre. No, it was not Robespierre. What was it? Yeah, there are. Even though these two, I love this as a grappling match. What is going to happen here with the grappling? Very interested in knowing what's up there. But none of these guys grew up grappling. This is going to be a big striking affair, and the grapplers are going to have a hard time. You're going to have a hard time trying to grapple this event. I don't think anybody's going to want to. Everyone's going to be cracking. And it's going to be a lot of decisions and a lot of KOs. And I think that's the case right here with O'Malley and Vera. Vera's tough to finish, but O'Malley can do it. I mean, O'Malley can do it, and Vera can do it likewise as well. I mean, he did it before. It stopped the motion, stopped the guy from circling. O'Malley needs to have movement, needs to have range, doesn't want to fight in a phone booth, doesn't have to, and can't do it very well. Arms are too long, legs are too long, puts him in a lot of vulnerable situations, doesn't want to do it, right? So, but because he's the younger fighter, because he has the less damage to him, less to lose, is the sort of incumbent, is the champion. And Vera has a lot to prove here. Even though he won the first one, he has a lot more to prove, a lot more to lose. I'm favoring O'Malley here, but I might bet Vera. I just might, because Vera does have a great fight IQ. Him, like Sean Strickland, they're cut from the same cloth. They spar. They're gym rats. Spar. They'll fucking spar anybody that comes in. Oh, you want to do jiu-jitsu? We'll do jiu-jitsu. Oh, you want to do wrestling? We'll do wrestling. I like that. I like that. But O'Malley is the better tactician, is the better skilled, better fight, punches coming from awkward places, speed and reach. So I'm favoring it there. I'm not at the window with anything except for Barber on that money line, which I might regret in the future. Again, it's only 1 unit to win a half a unit. I'm not parlaying it. That was my only bet thus far, but I am willing and going to be capable of betting a few of these fights. I need to make up that $200 little loss there. Maybe I'll make a windfall here, but I'm not feeling a certain way on a lot of these fights. It's not that I don't have a read. It's like Vegas understands and I understand as well as you understand. You're not an idiot. You can understand these are some close fights. You're like, you could choose a dog like Vera and make some good money, and I'm not going to hate you for it. Like, you chose Vera. Like, guys, it's not that horrible. Like, Vera is a live dog in this instance. Poirier is a live dog, right? Like they can win this out. Page, not even like this is should even it's even money. Page has definitely got a chance. Burns is a live dog. If the wrestling can be implemented, he gets the right takedown. He could have control time and even submit him like he did a bunch of other guys like Neil Magny and these other people and stay out of trouble and damage. This fight, oh man, I love this fight just for the sheer excitement of this fight. This like I always mention, two hammers, two nails, two guys that like these are two bad dudes. These are two bad strikers, like anvils, like guys that are so good at their kickboxing. But can Jan mix up some wrestling? Can he actually take him down? But this is going to be a great fight. Coin flip. You could bet one way or the other. I think Jan has, again, I mentioned it, a slight advantage with the wrestling. Another coin flip. Remember, Almeida's number there is incorrect. It's a coin flip fight. I'm slightly favoring Blades. I think Jalton has the submission upside, even though it's really hard to do on Blades. Jalton, I know, has got some power, but I think if Blades plays this smart, it's his fight to win. But I'm not at the window yet with either of these guys either. But great fight to bet on. Even here, Caitlin Chikadian, Barber, you could bet against me. Like, I think it's a good spot to bet against me. I'm not super, like, even though I bet it, like, oh, I'm super secure. I'm not like, oh, this is my best bet of the year or whatever. It's like, no, I just think that Barber is the more solid fighter. She's younger, she's quicker, has the better grappling. If she could just use her fight IQ, has developed somewhat. Or otherwise, this is going to be the end of her. If she loses this fight, her career is going to tank. There's another fight right here where you could take Rafael Dos Anjos on that month. Dude, Rafael Dos Anjos is doing very well against Fiziev. I mean, dude, the guy is very durable. He's got good wrestling himself. Even though Gamrot on paper is the better wrestler, he doesn't have the UFC experience that Rafael Dos Anjos has. Rafael Dos Anjos at the price of plus 330, if he's still that, is the best price, best fighter as a dog on this card, period. Easy. But age, wear and tear, Gamrot is not a joke. But Rafael Dos Anjos has always been I think even Dana said it. If you could beat Rafael Dos Anjos, you are somebody in the UFC, and you're going to get another shot or a title shot. And then Kyler Phillips, Pedro Munoz. Munoz is a live dog for sure. Kyler Phillips so inconsistent, not not fully developed himself, but Munoz hasn't reached that plateau either. I think where these guys are like basically going to be two journeymen, but I wouldn't hate you if you bet it against Kyler Phillips. I might, like I said, I might jump on I want Pieta to get boosted. I want him to get juiced up so I could jump on Olajayshuk. I'm not betting this fight here, and I'm not betting that fight, and I'm not betting. I'm Myrna Moroz. I'm not betting her by submission, but I'm not betting or parlaying that fight either. So that's it, guys. You've made it this far. You are about better. I appreciate everybody here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. I am the About Better. I'm Roberto. And if you've made it this far, you are... Wait. Why is that there? Why is that there? Oh, wait, it didn't transition. There you go. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. High five, high five, high five, high five. If you made it this far, you are about better. Thank you very much. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Good luck this week. I'm gonna. I don't know where I'm at yet. We're gonna figure out where we are financially to gamble this weekend. Already have one bet in, but I want a couple more other positions. Like I said, I'm excited. I enjoy it. So good luck this weekend. Hopefully you guys are making wise decisions yourselves. Let me know what you guys think. Put your picks in the comment section. I will respond to them. Make a video response. Mention me to somebody else out there in the webosphere, in the YouTube sphere. And again, if you've made it this far, you are about better.